All these tech issues. Test 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. November the 6th in the northern hemisphere, November the 7th in the southern hemisphere. Somebody told me a few days ago that if you think October was big, wait till November comes. I believe they were right. When this energy hits, it's so easy to go into the old rhythms and patterns. But at the same time, we have to go into them to figure out where the hell we're at, you know? We're in the big time. This is the big game, the big experiment, the big experience. And we're here to find our power, our sovereignty, our faith, love. And sometimes when, things get a little wobbly and wonky, I like to just do something that makes my heart expand. And I'm going to do it right now because I want everyone else to do it. We're about to have the Soulogy Fest 3. And Paula will be with us. I wrote this little piece after he decided to trans to the etherics, but he's been showing up every day with many, many people. So shout out to Kimberly Ross, Franco De Nicola. We're going to spend some time on the show today, just see what happens, maybe bring people up. Let's get something going. This is called Unveiled. Not asking how no more. No need to talk about it. I know the truth's been out there. Don't have to try so hard. Let it flow and move so slow. Zero point in sin. Surrender to the lies. Got no choice, you know. Have to let it go. Have to die again if a seed. I don't need to know. Don't need to know the whys, my friend. Don't have to lie no more. Look how far down we've gone. When our hearts ran cold, walls built over doors. Fall, come to die no more. Death not a show. It's so good to be alive. Keep me shine. With my mind, you know. Every breath that cause love don't have to try. Feels so fine, you know I'm getting so it's time to the genius and the gins. You know it's time to give. I found angels making friends with strangers. I think I might just die again so I can resurrect. I swear I'll do my best. Endless chances will I get? Only bet. Living dreams without regrets. Come on, get it off our chest. We can't mess. Let's love till nothing's left. Let's see what glory is. See what's glorious. It ain't so serious. She knows you do your best. Life is not a test. The child never left. It's still inside of us. Can't you see? Winning don't exist. Everybody shifts. Hope you get my drift. The world is on a string. We all tied to the sacred wedding ring. Even silent angels sing, you are the only thing, you are everything, you are everything. Winning's nothing, nothing's everything. Why do we find ourselves in this presence? But to grow love's hows and whys. I will always compromise with you. It's why we'll always do it again. Franco de Nicola. Well, thank you for indulging me and helping me to get my energy worked out, straightened out a little bit. I just think, when these energies hit, we got to get out of the stories, get out of the analyzation of it, start shaking our souls, immaculate and perfect ass, start singing from our perfecting voice, start being present, start really applying our superpower of empathy and putting ourselves in other people's shoes. And this goes for me and goes for everybody else. Oneness is oneness. And, if you listen to any of these near death experiences that seem to be really taking off now, and the reality of it is a near death experience is an out of body experience. And we've all had these experiences. And there's a lot of similarities in some of the stories that people tell. But one of the things that people say that's been very consistent has been that when they reach that other side, they immediately have a life review. And that life review, summed up very quickly, would be that with every thought and every word and every action, every emission of energy coming from the corporal vessel, you see, feel, touch, taste, smell, and at a higher sensitivity, obviously, every single thing that comes from the ripples from it, and that's something people call it a life review. That's some high level coding, and we have access to that now. For me, this has been an ever changing story, like I know it's been for everybody. But over these last few weeks, it really, since the summer, it's been moving faster and faster and faster. And we're at warp speed right now as we head into this 11/11. Um, and what I'm finding for myself is that this is bigger than all of us. This is bigger than every one of us, every individual, every couple, every group like Soulogy, everything. It's bigger than all of us. It's asking us, it's allowing us, it's giving us access to this code that we have available to us after we transition from a realm like this, or we have an out of body experience and we have a life review where we feel everything with all of our sensitivities, the five human and otherwise. We're being allowed access to that. That's a powerful, powerful thing. That is the ultimate galactic, cosmic, empathic ability, and it can serve us very well here because it's tied into telepathy and it's tied into intuition. And it's also tied into a unified language that crosses all polarities and dualities and distortions, including male and female, including age, including sexual preference, or whatever you want to use as an example. We are on hallowed ground. We have created this space. It's mind blowing. It can knock you off your square at any time. It can physically take you down. And I can speak to that from today and yesterday. Um, but it's all coding coming in. It's all information for us. It's all to be taken inside of ourselves. We've talked about this and talked about this and talked about this. All of us in all these different communities and platforms for many, many years and done our best to pursue it and apply it. And I feel like that we're in a space now where there really is no dialogue, internal dialogue to be had. That's more of an echo of the old loop, because it does bring up, in one way or the other, future expectation or past experiences. We're at our best when we're present here, and we're at our best when we're relaxed, when we're um, in my this is just my this is just my opinion, but when we understand and apply the fact, really the Trinity energy, you could say it that way, but where we understand that whatever's going on here is bigger than all of us, and that is of the highest, the holiest of the holies. That's like, you can't even, that's like trying to look at, some people have said, when they've had these out of body experiences, when they look at the light, it's just this huge thing that you can't even put any words together for it. But anyway, I feel like we've done a really good job. We've come a long way. We've defied a lot of odds. We've gone through a lot of high level, multi-dimensional, multi-human, faceted, multiple personality, all kinds of different things, all kinds of belief systems, all kinds of cultural impacts, that things that were so deeply embedded in us. Not to even mention those things that might very well have been altered in our DNA before we got here, which you know. I kind of look at it like this now. It's the same as GMOs, fluoride, chemtrails, whatever other fuckery that's out there. We have not just taken it on, but we have not just equalized, but we've actually expanded, rediscovered, uncovered, unlocked the coding within us to the point now where we're going to steamroll this thing like a tsunami. And the way we do that, in my humble opinion, is by coming together, most importantly in the physical, coming together and literally being in a space with all frequencies involved, where we're open 360 degrees, each person that's there where two or more gather. And that's a powerful proposition that carries much greater force in the energetic field than it does in the physical field, based on likes, views, engagements, and the things that we appraise, or we used to appraise our success or failure by. That's the old system. The new system is, uh, for those that can see, and all of us can see. So when we put aside all the definitions and constructs and this and that from the old paradigm, and we come together, and we come together openly, and we come together without agenda, and we come together where everybody's equal, where everybody is a star. There's a reason Soulogy Fest 3, everybody is a star. There's a reason it's the third Soulogy Fest. We are in the age of the Trinity, and from many people of high credibility that you and I know, that have talked about this for a long time, 2024, it's game on. And right now, the energy is leading up to that. And I've been guided to try to align with that ascending energy, that I know that we're all formulating both consciously in what we call dream state. There's a lot of factors involved. And to do it in the physical, to do anything in the physical in this type of divergent, convergent, crazy spaghetti bowl energy, which is every day, which, regardless of eclipses, regardless of portal or corridors, regardless of 11/11s, 12/12s, 11/1s, regardless of full moons and half moons and new moons, it's every single day. And I said this for years and I didn't know what I was saying, but I was saying, I would laugh about it and I'd say, maybe the hardest thing is going to be trying to get used to this energy and how we actually navigate in it. And a lot of people have talked about this. It didn't come from me, but I feel like that this is the opportunity we're being afforded to actually create in this wild energy while we take on the continuing bottom of the barrel patterns, behaviors, and everything like that, where we go into it open as I don't know anything and open to anything, and also open in my field 360 degrees in collaboration and co creation, in inspiration and expression of that which is bigger than all of us. And that's what we're going to be doing at Soulogy Fest. That's what we do at Soulogy Network. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's been a grind, but we're getting there, and people are showing up. They're showing up, and they're doing something they've never done before, and that's what's really cool. That's what's really cool about getting together with people, and when a soul shines, it's contagious. It's really contagious to other souls that are watching. I'm gonna play just to kind of show you the cool stuff that happens. There's a sister named Valerie Roussel who lives in French Canada, and she's been around Soulsy for quite some time. I met her last year, and she's very cool, man. She's a very cool lady, like everybody out there. She's got her own skills and abilities and her own talents, and she's, kind of been doing it the way we've all been doing it, kind of alone at times and all that stuff. But one of her passions is like a Sims world, right? She was into the Sims world for a few years, and she's kind of a programmer type. And by the way, thank you, Valerie. And so, anyway, she went on open source and she created a Sims world. And then she approached me last year, when you get the network going, would you be open to putting a Sims world on the network? And I'm like, yeah. I think that bring in a lot of people. I know Glennis's wife is into that type of thing. A lot of people are into gaming, and I know a lot of the young people, which I know are coming to this great awakening, and also to Soulogy, they would be very attracted to that. So I just wanted to show you, and also show you this because of the kind of things that can happen when we're in this forward motion in a conscious way, unimpeded by our own bullshit. We just go with it. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't particularly want to get up and sing a song about Franco, but I feel a lot better now, and I'm with my friends, and I know it's okay, and I'm past the point of embarrassment, and I just want to share this energy, whatever the hell it is. So here is a video. It's a tail end of a video of the Sims world kind of thing that Valerie put together. It's got an old song I had on there. But I'm just showing you the very end because what she did was she took the pavilion, a picture of the pavilion where this will be centered, and I'm going to show some other pictures, and she made it part of the Sims world. So we're going to expand on it. So check this out, right? Hang on. Hmm. Okay. This how it works. Boom. Okay, let's see here. That example of the kind of stuff that comes out. Yeah, and Valerie, if you go to that post, it's on my page, on the Soulogy pages. It's on Valerie Roussel's page. She's asking people if you want to start the Sims world now, and I think some people have already responded. So this is what it's all about. I mean, I hate to say that. People say, well, it's just all about this. It's all about that. You know, when have we consciously and collectively come together with purpose, with openness, with our hearts, and with our intention to share our soul with other people and do things that we've always wanted to do before, or whatever the case is, right? Sing a song, dance, play an instrument, tell a story. This is what we do at these Soulogy gatherings. This is what we've always done. We had a mix on the first Sedona. Soulogy Fest in 2021. It was kind of a mix, kind of the old and the new, and it was a beautiful thing. It was a really beautiful thing. And then, it's gravitated to the Trinity energy, and this is where I feel that we get the biggest payoff, and the greatest exchange of code is when we come together like this, and it doesn't make any sense, and you don't know how you're going to do it, but you're just going to do it. And I feel like that this is how we grow, because we're going to be going through these these waves. It's gonna continue, and we can talk about it, and we can forecast it, and we can prepare for it. But I'm tired of being at the mercy of these cycles. I'm tired of being at the mercy, and this is my own power I've given up. We are in a simulation that we help create. We have certain things that cycle through it. Okay, no, we don't know it all. I get that. But why be influenced by these things that are forecasted and obviously pre-designed? Okay, why not go a go a different direction, or maybe go with them in a creative fashion as an option or an alternative to being like a turtle and putting our head in and our legs and our arms into the shell and wait until the bombs stop going off. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, getting together and collaborating and co-creating is a very powerful thing. It requires people to show up. It requires people to drop their walls. It requires people to check their ego at the door. It's in this new energy, and this new energy is pushing forward. It's pushing, and many people know. Many people know. They've come on the shows and they've said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go on your show, but something's pushing me. Well, it's pushing all of us. It's pushing all of us. And I got this huge download among many last night while I was going through severe spinal reconfigurations that had to be unconfigured first. Um, where did we send love? If you think back, and we all know that the antidote was to love ourselves more. But in the past, where did we send our love? And it could be a woman in a traditional role, so to speak, of mother and daughter and sister, and having to serve the dinners, and it could be a man who's got his lunch pail and goes to work every day. There's so many different personas there. But why did we do these things? We were unconscious. We were doing these for other people. This is the way the system was designed, to deplete us, right? And and so what did we learn? We went from sending our love out at the point of depletion, every single one of us, which was just a kind of a repression of our true nature, and caused a lot of things to be suppressed, which would come out in the form of programs that we originate, right? Now, what did we do? We learned to start directing our love for ourselves. That's what we did. That's what we did, and that's what we keep doing. And it's working, right? Now, let's take the dualistic polarity of it. Fear. Where do we direct our fear today? Where do we direct our fear today? We directed love externally. We learned to direct it internally. It created a simultaneous sacred effect of Trinity. The more we love ourselves, the more we love other people, period. It's just the way this has been going, and we're proving it, and we're expanding on it. What if we apply the same thing with fear? You know, theoretically, fear and love are the same thing in this realm at a certain level of consciousness. So what if we took the fear, which I would have to say, we all externalize the fear. And what I mean by that is by what we do or don't do, what we say or don't say. how we feel about someone or not. You know, what if we start to take that fear inside of us, really take it into the depths? And I'm not coming up with anything new. I'm thinking that this is something that's hitting the entire world, right? So let's take the fear into ourselves, and then what's going to happen? I think we'll be able to see what it is clearly in our container, in our field, in our soul. Um, and I believe that that's a quick conversion. It may happen many, many times during the day, but it's something that we can all relate to. So if we took love from outside to inside, why don't we take fear from outside to inside? And that way we can find and be um, introduced to or reintroduced to the code that it offers. And I'm um, of the mind that when we become aware and of the coding that we are, and then take action, we are now writing new coding. It's not how we unpack the present, it's how we utilize it once we open the present up. So, all right, let me see what I got going on here. I just had a few things I pulled up. One of the people that's going to be out at the Soulogy Fest is going to be this incredible lady. Many of you know her, Ernestine. What a story. What a story. This is what it's all about. There's so many stories like this in Soulogy. And even every time we get together, there's stories like this. And hers was like that last year. But Ernestine came into the scene, she said, about 3.5 years ago. 20 plus years on pharmaceuticals, misdiagnosed, the same story many of you can relate to. Starts busting out of her shell, starts connecting to people in Soulogy, starts blossoming as a incredible composer of channeled vibrational sound healing guitar extraordinaire, and and just goes for it. And you see her every day out there, So imagine being in person to witness these types of things. I'm just going to play a quick clip of Ernestine Day. Here we go. Yeah, so I wish I was better at this. Sorry about that. Oh, no sound? Damn nation, are you serious? All right, that's all right. Thanks for letting me know. I should have checked that first. Let me see what's going on there. That's strange. Man, what is going on here? So that didn't play. Huh. All right. Well, so much for that idea. Did the other one play? Didn't we play another one? I thought we played another one. Okay, yeah, maybe you didn't need to hear the music on that one anyway. All right, well, let's move right along here. Um, I'm not going to play this, but I'm going to show it real quick because let me find it. Boom. Yeah, like, okay, this is Angie Willow Love, right? And she's been around Soulogy since like 2014. We did some music together. She used to do a whole lot of stuff as Lady Love. And we've all stayed in touch over the years. She's coming down. We have a show on the Soldier Network called Under the Willow Tree, and her mom was on it. We put it on social media. Her mom's Debbie King. If you haven't seen this 1 hour and 12 minute and 2 second episode, I would highly recommend it. It's a powerful, powerful thing. This lady is the real thing. So unpretentious, so unassuming, unaffected, but really just tells one of the most powerful testimonies of a life experience that I've ever heard on Soul Speaks 5D or the Soulogy Network. Yeah, I just wanted to drop that in there. Angie's going to be at the Soulogy Fest, so also drop that in there and get back to the main screen, wherever it is. Here it is. Boom. Okay, we got 47 people in the house. We do have sound now, right? You're not talking about me, are you? Let me see. Test, test, test. Yeah, we're good. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Well, let's see now. Okay. Houston, Texas, December 8th, 9th, and 10th. We're actually going to start gathering on the probably at least the 6th on Wednesday. People are actually going to be arriving on the previous weekend. We have some space out there. So let me show you that. Let me show you that real quick. What Valerie Roussel was looking at, or one of the pictures she was looking at. Hang on. Let me find it. Okay, boom and boom. So this isn't very good because I'm not an artist, but can you see the white lines everywhere, right? So this pavilion is what she was putting on her Sims world, her Soulogy Sims world, and uh, and so it's 16,000 square feet. You can imagine that's pretty big. That's like 100 across by 150. Okay, 150 deep by 100 feet across. So if you see the white lines over here that go around it, kind of like a circle, we're going to have tents in some of that area right there. Okay, and then we'll have a couple of tents out here in the front. This whole area that's more oblong, this giant area out here, that's actually 4 acres where we can park. And this is about, I would say, six of the 30 acres that's out there. I just wanted to give you a little backdrop on that, and so you could see it. Boom, boom. Let's see, boom. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to come in the house and have a conversation. I'd love to talk about how you're feeling, whatever's going on. I would just love to have conversations with people that are, um, you know, stepping forward, stepping up, coming out. Um, you know what I mean? I mean, it's happening to all of us. It can be a bit from time to time. It can be a little bit triggering, but triggers are activations. I think as we're all starting to find out. I'm going to put this link up onto the Facebook Todd Medina page. Boom, here we go. Boom, paste. Okay. All right. Cannot hear, can hear, can hear. Oh no, that must be old. All right, so there it goes. And then I'll put one up on the YouTube. The YouTube. Let's see here. Boom. There it is. Off. Boom. All right. So anyone that wants to come in the house, that link will bring you into the studio. Hopefully, and anyone that wants to come in, it's an open invitation. But I'd love to see someone that's never been on before, that would like to come on and just shoot the breeze for a little bit. Or if you have been on before, come on too. Whatever you want to do. If you want to sing a song, put some music behind you, try to get the audio working properly. Or if you have your own music, or if you have an instrument you want to play, or a poem you want to recite, or whatever the case may be, I'm welcoming anybody and everybody to come into the studio. Just click that link and let's talk about Soulogy Fest, talk about Soulogy Network, talk about the Ascension, talk about what's going on in your life, talk about whatever you want to talk about, and see where it goes from there. Um, I'm all ears. I feel like that we need to create, not need, but I feel like I'd rather make a choice to create and work this stuff through in energetic motion, in movement, especially where two or more gather. And that's really where I'm at. I just feel like that the more we do that, the more good positive energy that's going to, further circulate through the rest of the world. And for those of us who are still hung up, I'm in a kind of a frisky mood today. But for those of us who are still hung up that other people aren't awake or need to awaken, then understand that this is the best thing we could do for them, or something of that nature. If you feel like there's something that we can do better, then just coming together and collaborating and co-creating, let me know. I'd love to hear your comments, both live and in the comments. So, does anybody want to come into the studio and have a conversation? Melly Holmes, I remember you from way back. Thank you for the comment. If not, I can put something on here. Hang on. Let me buy some time here. What do we got going on here? Uh, let's see. Let's put on a little clip of our brother Franco. How about that? I don't know what's wrong with that damn thing. I apologize. People think I'm a tech master, but I'm not. But there's a lot of crazy tech stuff happening. I can tell you that right now. I've been using the same equipment over and over, and guess we can't play. We can't play any videos today, so I'm gonna have to be on here by myself unless somebody comes in here, which would be cool. Don't make me start calling names out. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff happening right here where we're at. I think you guys might have seen the show yesterday, Higher Vibrations on Soulogy Network. We put that on social media. We're putting a lot of stuff on social media right now, obviously, because we want to draw attention to Soulogy Network and also to the Soulogy Fest. I mean, the more the merrier, whatever. Just feels right. It feels right. And that's why we're doing it. But I believe Sarah Cruz was on with her yesterday. She came over two times to help us out over here. Pamela's come down early to help us out. Uh, she's going to move to station number 2 across town in an apartment, her and Maddie, about 10 miles from the Solji Fest. And so she can broadcast freely. We're going to be doing some stuff together. Some other people involved locally, but there's more people coming in. I think Jessica Black is going to be here in 2 days. And there's other people that are coming. If you're anywhere near Houston, Texas, December 8th, 9th, and 10th, or even from like the 4th or 5th or 6th through the 10th, and you want to come hang out, we're going to probably do some workshops. Probably going to, definitely have some music every night, and encourage people to join us on the stage and give something a shot they've never given a shot before. So there's something happening here. There's a lot of people that are converging on this place. I haven't counted the exact number lately, but if I had to guess, it would probably be, and I believe transparency is the order of the day, but it'd probably be like 75 people, and I'd say probably 100 people is break even, just so you know that. But and probably another 25 so far on the online. But the online usually those tickets usually take off like the last week to 10 days, and even that the weekend of it. Oh, oh, here comes somebody. Somebody's ringing on the door. All right, here we go. ¿Qué pasa, señorita? Hello. I can hear you. I'm hoping they can hear you because I don't know what the heck is going on with the speakers. I have no idea what's happening here. I'm uh I'm feeling it, and oh, did I press something? I'm feeling it and just being honest about it, and trying to make something happen, and keep the ball rolling, and because my feeling is that we're not this isn't going to change. We're going to, like, I've been physically, like in traction for 2 days, and um these things are going to happen, be they emotional, mental, old programs, old energies showing themselves. It's all still going to keep going. So why not make some music and, while the sun's shining? Because it's, you know what I mean? Uh, uh, are you, are you serious? What is going on here? They can't hear you? Okay, tell us one more time. If you, right, I cannot hear V. and I'm gonna see what the hell I can do. I'm gonna have to just get off this broadcast. I think there's a bug. Broadcast system audio when sharing the screen, which it didn't do. I'm just gonna put all the time. I think they're saying they can't hear you, but I don't know yet. Automatically mute microphone and guest. They can't hear you? What in the hell is going on? Automatically mute microphone and guest audio during video playback. No, you can't hear her. System output mix mode. Use this setting only when the max audio output is being mixed into. Oh man, I'm gonna turn that thing off. How's that? Can you hear her now? Can y'all hear her now?
Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Nancy, well, the Nancy says no, but that's it takes like 20, 30 seconds.
Right.
There's a,
There is a delay. I can actually see it because I have both screens and one
uh,
is muted. The Facebook one is muted.
oh, they can hear her. They can hear her now. Okay. How the hell did that get turned on, man? I don't know what's happening here. All these buttons. You know what happened to me last night? Last night, I went for a walk, okay? Because I needed to get my head together. I did not, I was not limber enough to do anything until almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I have a routine. I have to do this. I have to go for a walk. You know, I have to. I go to the bayou. This is where I used to hang out 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Um, and so then I walked to the Irish bar and I thought, I'm going to write a, I'm working on this song. I'm always working on a song. I'm going to have a double whiskey and a beer and then go home. And I put my phone on airplane mode, right? And because I only had 1%. Are you there? Oh man,
I'm
she's.
here.
Oh god, you were frozen like a mannequin. I'm like, what the hell's going on? See what I'm talking? So, so I put my phone on airplane mode because I had 1% on my phone, and I wanted to write in my phone. So I turn off the internet, you know. And would you know that someone very dear to me sent me a message on Messenger, and it came through in airplane mode. Isn't that crazy? That's
Wow.
crazy. I mean, this is what's happening. So I knew immediately, okay, game on, and I just went about my business. But these things are happening. Like this stuff going on with my tech. I mean, I've done 6,000 video productions. I don't understand what's happening here. I didn't do this. And it's not one thing, it's like four or five different things. So, um, I don't know why I'm saying that. How are you doing?
But I definitely think that there's a delay, Todd. It's so funny because when I'm with you on screen, I'm showing up as a delay in your Facebook feed. So it's not matching up, but that's okay.
You would be a delay. Oh, you mean that's Facebook. Or maybe that's that might be your RAM though. If you have it on the same device. If you have it on the same device, then that would be your RAM. But you could turn the Facebook off because you can see all the comments from YouTube and Facebook on your screen if you're on a laptop.
Okay, maybe I should do that. That might be helpful. So I have some fun news, Todd, which is why I jumped on.
Okay, well hang on. Let me go to the bathroom and blow my nose. I've been fighting that for like 3 days. Hang on.
Okay.
Hold that thought.
All right, I'll just be hanging out here, everyone. How's everyone doing? If you can hear me. Hello, everyone. I'm seeing the comments. Hi, Anna, Ernestine, Polly, Brittany. I can only see the Facebook ones, I think. So, or maybe I
No,
can see more.
no, no. If you're on a laptop, just
Yes,
get your cursor and put it on the screen, and then to the right, you should see something that says comments and
yes.
react.
I just pulled it up. I was like, oh, now I can see all these other names.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go. That's all of them right there. You got 45 people in the house. Spread the word. We have a big announcement here. What is it? What happened to you?
Well, you know, I've been telling you for months since I came on your Soul Speaks. I was like, Todd, I want to come, and I just wasn't being able to kind of figure out. And then I was so inspired again when I saw Pamela and what she did and how she got there. I was like, I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to be there. So I was kind of talking with my team, my guides, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, please have this happen with joy, ease, and flow because I would like to be there. I feel like I need to be there. And I met someone last weekend who I only knew through Zooms and online, and we gathered together, a
Wow.
small group of beautiful souls in Indiana. And I seem to remember her saying that she lives in Houston. I'm like, okay, she's beautiful, spiritual, amazing woman. And I'm like, oh, interesting. And so today, when I was sitting and just saying, okay, I would love to go, I'm getting really close to the date. We're like 1 month away from Soulogy Fest. And I message her and I said, hey, I don't even know if you know about Todd, if you know about Soulogy. I think you're somewhere either close to Houston or in Houston. This beautiful thing is happening. I want to share it with you because you could probably go. It's close to you. And I said, I'm figuring out how to get there. I just am trying to work out all the details, the money, all of that stuff. And she messages me back saying, oh my God, this sounds really exciting. Yes, I'm in Houston. Would you like to stay with me and we could go together? Let's figure it out. I'm like, what? So I'm just so excited. This just happened like a couple of
Wow.
hours ago. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to share.
So you're going to go. You're coming. Are you
I'm
coming?
going. I'm going to
Oh
make
my
it
God,
happen.
V's going to be there. V, we got to put you on the presentation list. Present. You know, seriously, you know what I was thinking? Because as usual, we're making it up as we go, which this time more than ever. But I was thinking, um, I was just thinking about this because there was another person or two, I don't remember. Now you make it three, where like you could give a snippet of your podcast. Like you could go live on your podcast for whatever, 30 minutes or an hour and do your podcast V style with whoever or whoever's. And yeah, and we kind of share a little piece of it like that publicly, like we do with the network, like we're ultimately what we're going to do, which is just give the copies to the guest on the show for them to distribute. And we're going to keep our stuff on the network and then have excerpts, right? But yeah, that'd be cool. I think that'd be awesome. So you're gonna, so, okay, so you're going to come? Is that what you're telling me? You're,
I'm committing. I'm
oh my
committing. I got to
God,
work out.
Chi Town's going to be in the house. Chi Town's going to be in the house.
Gosh, yes. And it was so interesting because I was already having all these ideas before anything formalized of me coming. I was already like, okay, if I'm there, maybe I could help to like interview people, whether that's like the presenters, maybe
Yeah,
it's the people who come up on stage. Like it would be so much fun to like do that. But I was like, I haven't talked to Todd. You're so
that's
busy.
a great idea. No, but this is what's happening. I'm like at the end of my rope here, going, "Oh my God, how's this happen?" And everything. It's like okay, it's like back in the day when I used to do consulting after I got out of my corporate career. I would go into businesses, and in the business they would have like say 300 people, and say they would have like six departments, but everything ran through the head person, right? Like everything was direct to that person. It didn't go through any channels, and that's very common, with like a mom and pop kind of thing. And so my job would be to convert it, and that's what I see happening now. But it's a different kind of geometry and math. It's like you have to let go, and you have to allow the mirrors and your reflections and your playmates to fill in the blanks. You don't have to think of anything. And I'm like, what? So you have these little thoughts like I had about, oh, wouldn't that be cool if somebody had a podcast like Pamela or whatever, get up there and give a piece of it and share some of it. Like 30 minutes from the Soulogy Fest on stage, Pamela interviews V or whatever the case is. And so now you're saying this, which brings in another element, which is, if see in the past years, I had a relationship with PayPal, and I basically financed Soulogy by the seat of my pants through PayPal, and I would pay back the maximum amount of every dollar that would come in, and that's how I would go in and I would like cover everything up front, and then pay the thing back, and when the thing happened, pay the loan off, and you move on. But this time I can't because we went into the network, and now we deal with Stripe. They don't have the same kind of setup, and I don't have anything go through PayPal anymore, so they're not interested in helping me. But my point is this: one of the things that I'm determined, there's three things, but one of the things I'm determined to do is make sure that we have as much footage as possible. And I'm thinking, people are like, "Oh, I know this guy," and it's like $7,000. I'm like, "Man, no, 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 no. That's not going to work." But to have like people that filled the roles, if they would enjoy doing that, and then putting all that material together, okay, along with the footage even of the other two Soulogy Fest and even other things Soulogy, right? And even beyond that, even like your show or other other collaborators, let's just say, and then really to put something together really nice in the form of a long play, kind of a doc, you know, but also just this is what was going on here, not over narrating, but anyway, that's the way I feel like this stuff is moving. People just show up and say, "I want to do this," right? And it's kind of weird because it's not normal. But man, I'm so happy you're coming. I knew you were coming. I can't wait to hug. I'm gonna hug you. Like I'm gonna pick you up. I'm
Goodness. Oh my
like,
gosh. I just know that how, just and I did this last weekend too, Todd. Like there's this beautiful group of they're like soul family to me, and we only knew each other online. And something in my heart was saying, like, go. Even though they've all known each other longer, they've probably met up before. I was like, you know what? I'm close enough. Let me just hop on a Greyhound, never taken the Greyhound before. I'm like, let's do this. And I went, and truly it was just so magical and so beautiful. And when I think of Sology, I was feeling that too. I was like, this is part of my soul family. Like, I gotta get there. I gotta like hug Todd, and I gotta like meet Pamela. I gotta meet Ernestine. I gotta meet Elsa. I gotta meet Anna. Like, just I feel connected, and I know I could do online, but I'm just like, it's not the same. It is not the same. Seeing people in the flesh, in person, being around each other's energies, and each one of us kind of bringing what we can to the table, right? So for me, I have a podcast. I love to chat with people. So to me, it just came naturally that, hey, I could help out. If Todd needs people
mm,
to do that, I would be so happy to connect with people, and we could have these little snippets
mm.
that would then get broadcast out to share with others who may not be there, who can't go, but would like to be part of the experience.
Yeah, I think online, and we all do it. I mean, you bear witness, and then if you come on like this, there is some element of experiencing it. But still, I've always understood about Sology, uh, adding frequencies to an ever expanding vibration. So the more frequencies that you can have present, the more potential that you can access. And so I think a lot of people have talked about 2023, especially 2024, where we start to come together in community, but community much more broad based, I believe, than communal living, or that type of thing. Although I think that's part of it, and that's part of this story. That's part of this story. This is crazy. Uh, so I think Pamela talked about this on one of her shows. I don't know if she did or didn't. I'm just going to say what I heard. So when she was 14, she received a download, right, about Arkansas. Okay, and this is like a part of the journey. Like we're all different pieces of it. We might be on it for this. I have my own understanding of what my role is in the next few years. And for me, there'll be many, many stops. I know that. Many, many seeds planted, like what I'm about to talk about. Anyway, the bottom line is it had to do with Arkansas. And the whole time her family would tell her, you need to just forget about that. You need to forget about that. So when she got the intel to come down here to Houston, when she made the choice, first of all, 5 or 6 people in her group, and I think there's probably 12 to 15 people from higher vibrations coming, right? Uh, several of those people had gotten intel, including Pamela, that there would be a gathering this year in the South. And then I hit her up one day and said, "Hey, we're going to do this. Do you want to come?" And so she then realized that this was a leg of what she had seen. Now, a friend of mine from Arkansas that lives on 150 acres, she wanted to meet Pamela after we had done a show or whatever, and they connected, and I didn't know about it. And so they'd been talking, and next thing you know, Pamela's getting rid of everything. And her and Maddie come down here. From here, they're going to go to Arkansas. I don't know if a community will be built. There's been other things that have kind of been presented or synchronized with it. But what I'm saying is you're never going to find out unless you take the steps in between, right? And I feel like that's the kind of energy this is, like what we're moving into. It's like, okay, why do I need to go see these women in Indiana? Well, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, it would have been in and out, right? No, 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 I can't do that, without even examining why. And so I realized, and that's what I was talking about earlier today, and I went through it last night because they were twisting my spine all up. They were like, "Do you get it now?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yes." And it was about fear. It was about fear. It was about not doing things out of fear. And if you can just, as it was explained to me, or as I came into my awareness, look at the word fear. Nothing supersedes it. In other words, there's not a description above it in that trajectory of descriptions, that would fall in that category. There are many underneath it: money, my husband, my children, my job, my car, whatever the case is. What I was getting last night is if we can just look at it as fear, and and then it will give us the code. And the code for me is taking a step. You take a step that direction. It's not going to get you a bunch of money in your savings account. It's not going to get you a guarantee, but what it is going to do, it's going to create something immediately that's going to meet you there, like this lady with you. See, this is how it works, and it's no bullshit. It's really, really happening. And that's my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
It's such a great story, Todd, and exactly what you're saying, because I literally was just sitting and saying, I know I'm meant to be there. Universe, my team, please help to make this happen with joy, ease, and flow. And it popped in my head to reach out to her. And, we've just connected. I'm like, okay. But we spent a couple of days together. So we got an opportunity to like really get a feel for each other. But it's no coincidence that that happened, right? And that I'm sharing with her. And I don't know that she's ever heard of your channel or your network. And I sent her the information. And within 15 minutes, she responds. She's like, this sounds really great. Would you like to stay with me? And we could go together. And I'd be happy to take you back and forth because I don't drive, Todd. So I'm still trying to figure out, like you said, there's fear, and fear can look many different things, right? So, fear to me is false evidence appearing real.
Right.
And so we latch on, and then, for me, it's like, oh my God, how am I going to work this out? Like, it's a significant amount of money, and I need to figure that piece out. But
Right.
I didn't want that to hold me back. So, like we've talked before, and I remember our last session together was, if you show the universe that you're ready to do something and you take that little step, it's going to come back and meet you. And so that's what I felt happened today when I said, yes, I want to go. Please make this happen for me. Like everything moves so quickly. I got home, you're on, you're like, come and join me. I'm like, what? Okay, come and join. And I will just share with Todd because he probably has like 500 emails that he can't check. So even if I message him, I don't know when he's going to see my message. And here I am.
Yeah, it's imploded now. I, it's guy. What did you just say though? You said something that was so golden. Um, oh, okay. And this thing, I say thing, okay. I don't know where I'm at with this, but this is kind of where it's at. I don't resist anything, but I'll be damned if I'm going to give my power over to anything, and that includes everything, anything and everything, light, dark, sun, moon, stars, precession of the equinox, astrology, astronomy, philosophy. I don't give a damn what it is. And I say that with the highest uh, endearment because it's me. What I see happening here is a change that reflects through our entire comprehension, through every belief system, every program, every modality, everything we know and think we know. Okay. Where it's a total, I picture like like if you have an electric screwdriver or drill and you're drilling in a screw and you drill it all the way in and then you drill it if it's magnetic, you can reverse it and you drill it all the way up. Like that's what I feel like is happening all the way up. And then boom, we're going to go back down. But everything has to be unraveled. Everything, every prejudice, every bias, every bit of it. We are aware of this now. We are aware of it. And so what I'm saying is I look at that and I say, okay, if that's the case, then there's something bigger than all of us going on. This is what wants to be seen. Our shadows wanted to be seen, our traumas wanted to be seen, this wanted to be seen, our inner child wanted to be seen, our masculine, our feminine, the golden child, all that stuff. But ultimately, are we seeing what's bigger than all of us? And are we acting in a way that we understand and align and love and revere and honor in sanctity that which is bigger than all of us? And how does it come? It comes in forms, physicalizing forms for the first time in our recollection, built in a physical way with the Trinity energy, basically, in honor of. So you could look at Soulogy, for instance, and there's many others. Don't get me wrong. Soulogy is not a one stop shop. Um, when we put that which is comprised of all of us and really put it at the third point of that triad, that Trinity, that's when the magic happens. And the challenge is that in order for us to do that, be it for a day, a week, a month, a year, forever, whatever that means, we have to choose. We will be afforded the opportunity to choose which way do we want to go. Kind of to what Hung was talking about yesterday, that no choice is wrong. But I feel like that, you know, I'm okay with whoever wants to make a choice that I don't. For me personally, what I want to do is I want to run. I want to sprint, not to get it over with. I want to get as much out of it as I can because I know the cycle of one thing, and that is we don't die. We go from one incarnation to another, one form to another. And I'm excited that this is happening, and you're coming, and so many other people are coming because I feel like it's a kind of a microcosm of what's going on. I drank too much coffee. Sorry.
That made so much sense, Todd. That made perfect sense. And I love how you shared that. And I think what's coming to me is just this thought of like truly what it was. It came down to something very simple for me, Todd, is this would bring me joy to do.
Yeah.
If that's it, if it's just going to make me happy to do it, then I should do it. And don't let all the other conversations in my head stop me because they will. So if I'm purely led by, I want to be there, I know this is going to be just a beautiful gathering, just an opportunity to be with so many beautiful souls, and I want to be there. And I'm like, okay, universe, help to make this happen for me. If it's meant to, it's going to.
Mm,
And so I'm just trying to keep it simple, right, Todd? Because there's so much information and there's so many things that we can put our energy on, but it's sort of like comes back to that basic trying to stay present in the now moment and to just act from a place of being joyful and
yeah.
excited and allowing the universe to then support those choices.
Yeah. And asking, I think, is important. And it's yeah, like you said, you're doing this for yourself. Like, what are you doing? That's what I'm saying. What are you doing? Even with me, I mean, it's like And what was it like yesterday morning? I felt like I was in traction. And I was like, oh my god. Um, and it was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Do you want to do it? Da 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 da. And then I do the show with Hung, and Hung and I always seem to come together on the front end of something coming in. Always seems to happen. And she was like telling her story and then talking about the recommitting, recommit. And I thought about that all night long. Uh, and and I thought, is that the right word to recommit? Kind of is to me. It kind of is, but it's more about commit. Okay, so what are you committing to? What can you commit to? You know, um, how does that look and all that stuff? Things are changed. Things have changed. It doesn't. It's not the same. It's not. Things aren't built. Things that you commit to are not built on the same ground as things we commit to now. It's a different situation. It has a whole different level of dynamics that we're not even familiar with or refamiliarized with. You know, I'm just hoping our memories come in. Uh, I feel like they have been, but because it's so much, like you said, we're not like able to write a book about it and tell every detail. You know what I mean? But anyway, I just applaud you. And oh, and that's what I was going to say. There's two things. Well, I think there's one thing that we all know, and this is not to draw any comparison, but the feminine, typically in the female form, has been leading this charge, has been the populace of these communities and platforms, which in many cases have been led by men. But still, the glue, the masses are these women. Okay, and I believe they've really started to come out, and also that the masculine in male, typically in male form, not always, has started to come out too this year, big time. So now it's getting real interesting. Um, but the third part are these children, and so that's one of the three things I want to make. I want to really put my energy behind is encouraging these children, getting a lot of footage of them with their parents' permission. I know of several star children that are coming. I know what they've done. I know what they say. The world needs to see this. The world will change immediately if they hear these children, and you cannot not hear them. The only way you cannot hear them is if your head's so far up your ass, okay? No, no, I'm not trying to get, but seriously, at this point in the game, I would call it that because, again, it's bigger than all of us, and they are an integral part of it. They're the final piece, and really, they are literally like a multi-dimensional, multifaceted tuning fork, and they can literally transform upon bearing witness to them. So I'm really excited to be, um, you know, offering in my own way a platform for these children and their mothers because I think it's the most powerful energy in the physical that I can see out there. You know, that's my
I
share.
love that. I love that, Todd. And my crown's been tingling because it's so interesting. One of the things that I was thinking about was, talking to the children with obviously a parent or someone present because they're going to be there. And it
Right.
would be wonderful to, have like little snippets of conversations with them to be able to share that with others. And so, yeah, I mean, I think just what you're saying, and I caught the conversation with Huang. I was, me, I was like, Juan, be gentle with Todd. Don't bust his balls too much.
Are you kidding? She actually she didn't do too much of that.
No,
we've
I
been
love
through
her. I think
we've
she's
been through a
amazing.
lot. I thought what she had to say was very humble.
Yes.
Um, I admire people that you know, and myself too, when I'm there. You know, when when we think we got something figured out, and then you have the balls or the ovaries to say, "No, I didn't." It doesn't mean anybody was right or wrong. That's not the point. It doesn't mean what narrative is better. That's not the point. The point is to be able to that takes a lot of guts and a lot of strength and power and love, in my opinion. And then to be willing to share, because I know her as well as I know almost any sister, if not if there's a none on the planet I don't know. I know her like the back of my hand, and as much as she doesn't like to hug and all that stuff, I mean, her experience at Soulogy Fest last year kind of altered her. Uh, but she also did it for Soulogy Fest. That was in part, was she wanted to bring attention to what we're doing, and it's a unique situation. It's novel and new in the sense that things are talked about but not actually embodied, especially where it takes two or more people to do that. Because one person can only do so much. So I really love her for that, and I didn't go unnoticed, and I certainly appreciate it. But yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, here she's not coming, but yet she's still there, reluctantly,
She's
with
amazing.
a with a
Say
demon bite on her foot,
yes.
oozing.
Uh, I appreciated her so much. I think a lot of people were very happy to see her because she hasn't really been around, but I love that she shared that, hey, I had to step away. It took me some time. I had to do some work. I had to figure it out. And then to come and share what she did was really powerful. And I can tell that you both have a very special bond. It's a very unique and special bond, and it works. Um, and yeah, I was very grateful for her.
And for
What
some
she,
reason, all the comments aren't showing up, and I just went over to the Facebook page just to check. I didn't even know Hung was on. Hung's always, and she says, she says, for the record, Todd's balls have been through hell and wait a minute, I can't even say this with a straight face, but it's true because she knows me too.
Ah,
I'm gonna start crying. She says, for the record, Todd's balls have been through hell and back. So yesterday, for the first time, I actually handled them with gentle white gloves.
she
Oh
did.
my
She
God.
did. She was amazing. She's
Oh,
amazing.
oh yeah. She's the real deal. She,
Really get a feel for each other.
yeah.
But
Yeah. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh,
I heard
yeah.
my voice again and I
Oh, yeah.
wasn't
That was
talking.
me.
What
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. She's special. She's real special.
She is. She's
Yeah.
very
No
special
doubt.
and had some very beautiful and important insights and information that she brought through that I know all of us that were tuning in or will hear on the replay, it makes a lot of sense what she is sharing. So it's
Yeah.
really important and powerful information. So thank you. If you're
Yeah.
here, thank
Well,
you.
and that's what I love about what she had to say, because it's not like one or the other. we're coming we're come from this place. I mean, what do you think a duality is based on? The difference of two things, and it's not one or the other. They may be two different experiences, but how do we even know that in proportion to what each person's perspective is, or whatever, or life experience? But I like what she said, because I can see it, but I still see it like a toroidal field. Like we're in that chasm in the middle. That's the chaos that she talks about. So it's weird. There's always that paradox. Like, are you in 0 point if you align with this side of the toroidal field, on the faded line, like she talked about, or are you, in 0 point if you're, on this side of it, because you're okay with it. You know what I mean? It's something like that. But the fact that she doesn't, is as connected as she is, that she doesn't leave the human out. She doesn't make excuses for the human. She just says, I'm human, you know? And it's not that simple. So yeah, yeah, she's got really strong intel. And I did get several people who wrote me messages telling me they enjoyed it. In fact, I just
Yeah,
got two right now. And
absolutely. Absolutely. And she tells it like it is. And, what's more powerful than that, right? For someone who just tells it like it is and just shares everything straight from our heart. And I certainly appreciate it.
yeah,
So think it was incredible and perfect timing. Like you said, it was meant to happen that way in this timing right now. And one of the other things that I remember, if I understood her correctly, it was also about, um, just being with other people that are kind of in a similar vibration and frequency, and just I think Soulogy is that, like the
Right.
festival is that. All of us coming together, bringing our energies together, and knowing that, something really important is happening here. We don't have to understand it all,
Yeah.
but the energy, the frequency, and the ripple effect of what's going to get created and be sent out in real time or later, it's just going to be powerful. So, very exciting.
Well, I think that's true. I remember the first one. I, it was the first one, right? 2021, and so in Sedona, which that was called, and obviously there's a whole procession of known people in Sedona, you might say, and so we kind of mixed it, uh, and then half was the people from the audience, and half was what we scheduled or whatever the case was. Um, and so it was nice, right? It was nice. But I remember I had one because you know me, I always try to make things up on the go. I mean, it just happens that way. And I'm like, I asked Franco and Jason if they would come up on the stage with me, like Soul Speaks 5D style, and have a convo. And that was really cool. It really was. We were in a different place then. I feel like that much more can be gained, much more, uh, because of where we're all at now. If that was 6 or 8 people having a natural conversation and capturing that, or capturing the mother and the child, you know, I've been over here hanging out with Maddie, when I'm not working, just popping in. She's a beautiful kid. She's not a kid, she's a soul. I mean, she's powerful. Um, and she writes stories. She does these incredible paintings. Like, she speaks this language. I'm like, what? you know, I was walking by her today, and she told a story the other day about it. And one of the real people in that story is the name Monardo. So I'm walking by her, and I'm like, I could see Monardo. I'm like, hey, there's Monardo. She goes, you see Monardo? I'm like, yeah, I see Monardo. Now, am I losing my mind? I don't know, but I don't know. Just the natural, that's what I try to do on the show, and I'm seeing the other shows are doing that. Just being, being natural. Um, and yeah, it's a little difficult because we do have self consciousness. We do have different. It's a lighting right, and all that. But I mean, like when you're just talking, when we're just talking about it, and there's something different about getting getting information in a, let's just say, a traditional sense versus getting information in between the lines in a conversation between two or more people and capturing that. You know, that's my story.
I love it, Todd. It makes sense. And I just think that so many amazing things are going to be happening. And there is something about when you are connecting with something live, I feel like the energy of it is slightly different. So I think just that experience of being able to experience that in real time next to somebody, around somebody, is also going to be amazing. And of course, it's going to be
But
amazing
it's
for.
no coincidence that that happened, right?
Are you? What's happening? No,
I
no.
don't
I,
know.
I'm I'm giving. I'm sorry. That was me. I'm giving our sister Janine um, the link. Sorry.
Perfect.
Keep going.
No worries. No worries. No, I'm just really excited and really grateful that you literally the timing worked out. I got home, I'm seeing you on, and I got the
See,
information from this other beautiful sister,
isn't
and
that
she's like,
crazy?
yes, let's do it.
You
I'm like,
see?
what?
Oh my God. That's I mean, that's it right there. That's the weaving right there. We're weaving this, and it takes action to weave it. It takes action to weave, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and it's not even that. It's more than that because it's synchronistic. it's like synchronized swimming, right? Like you and that lady. And it was more than y'all. There were threads that got you there to the meeting in Indiana, and there was threads that took off from there, right? So this is how it happens. This is how it happened last year. It's how it happened the year before. It's how, maybe it happens for us a lot that way as we become more conscious and comfortable and relaxed and take some of this pressure off that we, like I said, fear. To me, and I'm being honest, if I really examine it, where does it go? Out here somewhere. I'm going to point it somewhere, you know? But you take it in like we did love. And, well, what is it showing me? The coding's the same. It's like the light and the shadow. The light will come out and tell you knock and the door will be open. The shadow will come in and kick you in the ass so you open the door. It's just two different ways to get the damn door open. That's all, you know? And I feel like that we're at a point now of maturity where we can start to look at triggers and different things, um, that we looked at a perspective like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But we can look at it now. It's not in an insensitive way, but in a way of a greater understanding where we don't have to feel that pain that wasn't even real. I don't know
Absolutely.
what's going on.
Absolutely. We are definitely having some fun with technology again today. And I remember this the last time too, Todd, when we did the Soul Speaks. We were having lots of technology fun. So maybe our frequency and vibration is so high that it's you know, messing with things.
Yeah, I'm being messed with. Are you being messed with? I'm being messed with as we speak, you know?
Yeah, I can definitely tell there's some interesting stuff going on, but I'm just really happy to be here to be able to connect with you and everybody else that's tuning in. And I also feel that, as we were saying, synchronistic, like we can't always understand how things all kind of fall into place, but I think a big piece of that is action. And I don't know, for me, I'm just being like, okay, take joyful action and it'll be easy. It'll just flow. Like it doesn't have to be this, you're trying to, like, bust down some doors. I don't need to do that. It's
Right.
like, let's just go with what's showing up, and if it feels right, then it's just going to flow.
Yeah. Yeah. I think another thing that's come up for me, it's a third thing. And I say this because as an individual goes, so goes a collective. But the third thing is we're in this weird space where energy that's not in the same field as myself, I'll speak in first person, in myself, it's very obvious. Now, how I treat that energy, okay, in comparison, how I might treat something that's imperfect, seems to be in perfect alignment. Oh, synchronicity, man. Wow. To me, they will be the same. So obviously, the one over here with V and her friend and Soulogy and me, and like, wow, wow, boom, 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 it's all there. But over here, it's still the same field. So I've gone to like, okay, I can't change other energies by the old methods of educating, instructing, whatever you want to call it, arguing, debating, proving. Uh, you know, what I can do again is take it back within myself. And what I found was that I had this fear that that energy, and that comes, let's just face it, mostly comes in the form of a person or a family, if there's a strong family thing. Uh, no matter what I say or do, because it's from the old way, it's not going to change that energy. And it's damn sure not going to change me. So that's been a big one for me. And I don't have the answers. What I have is that's a fear. Why wouldn't you, you know, why can't you not say anything? Can you say nothing or little? Can you not react? You know what I mean? All this stuff. Really take it inside myself, and I find myself being more and more quiet, and that's being misconstrued by some people, and I can understand why. People. You're quieter. You don't say as much. You're in solitude. Yeah, I feel like this is an active ingredient in the balance of this year, and maybe forever for all of us. I don't know. That's some deep stuff I'm getting into. I don't know what's going
You know, this happens, Todd, when you and I get together.
on.
No, it makes a lot of sense, Todd. And I think that's a really important thing that you just shared because you're kind of also at the center of everything. So there's a lot of energy that's probably not also necessarily yours that's around you.
Mm,
So, I think that sometimes that can also be challenging. Even though you have so much experience doing this, you're shifting and changing on a daily as
mm.
well. And so, even for you, like, your boundaries and other things that you have to look at, right? Because I'm sure there are a lot more people that are like, Todd, 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 like all of this stuff. And you're just trying to figure out, you're like, listen, I got to have this thing put together. I know I'm getting help. I know I'm getting assistance, but there's other things going on. So sometimes you do need to take that time and space for yourself, just that quiet, so you can just integrate and process.
Yeah, true that. True that. And and also I'm aware too because I'm it's funny how you get all this stuff coming in when it comes in, when you're in it, and that's my point about creating, because I can either receive these things, have these things presented to me in the form of gnarly comments and emails and gossip and innuendo and many other forms, okay, of fear speaking to me, right? I can either sit here and, you know, be mired in the muck and like be in quicksand and, and drown, or I can just, make hay while the sun's shining. And I feel like, for me, it's do that. Well, you've made this choice. You've made this choice. You've made this choice to go for it. You made this choice to not be limited. Um, you made this choice not to be deterred by um, things like I just mentioned. You made the choice to continue on without having to correct any fucking narrative out there. People can think whatever they want to think about anything or anyone, but the real conversation to be had is what I call from the brutal honesty of the soul. It's where you talk to the universe and the universe talks to you, and there's no bullshit. You cannot fake it. And the way you can tell uh, is you really don't have to talk about it. The more time goes on, you just go out and do what you be, and be what you do, right? And that's how I feel like, and it's scary, man. I got a big fire under my ass. There's like three bonfires, but I also know that I'm a soul, and I can see the magic. I've seen it before. Everything tells me that this will be the most magical gathering that I've been involved with, and many gatherings over the years as I've been traveling. Um, and that's the way it should be. The last one's the best one. The last show you did was the best show you did, right? The last Soulogy Daily that I jumped on and not know what I'm going to do was the best one, right? Always that's the way it should be. That's our proof.
I love it, Todd. Well, thank you so much. I was just going to jump on for like 10, 15 minutes, and I don't even know how long we've been on here. So,
I don't know, hour and 30 minutes. It's
oh
4:30.
my goodness.
I know
Uh,
Todd's going to make some music tonight. I got some Soulogy work done.
I
I'm really
love it.
happy that you're coming. I'm
Yeah.
ecstatic. I would love to know. So the other lady didn't know us. So that's cool too. In Houston, because yeah, there's another one, another connection.
Yeah, and
So
she's a powerful sister, so I just know that this is going to be just beautiful for her as well. So I can't wait to talk to her more. And I know, Todd, you've got hundreds of emails, but I'm going to send you an email. Please, if you can, I will request you to check it, but I really do want to help out and
yeah,
do kind of my part, and that's
yeah,
kind of going to be in the email. So just want to
okay,
share that.
yeah, definitely, yeah. And anybody that's coming, uh, keep it as concise as you can, but absolutely send me an email. That's the best way to do it. They will be gotten to. I would put this is what I'm doing to myself on my notes on my phone. I've got an all caps Soulogy Fest, and then I'll have the whatever it is behind it, the notes or the song or whatever. But yeah, if you just label it Soulogy Fest, I'll find it anyway because I'm going to have some people helping me. But I would like to know what people want to do. Do you want to present? Do you want to lead a workshop? And again, depending on when you come, our tents will be set up uh, from that Monday, so the 4th. And then, of course, if you want to perform, and I know V, you're coming to do your belly dancing and all that stuff that you were telling me about. So we'll be looking forward to that.
I'm actually a pretty decent belly dancer, by the way.
Oh, here we go. I'm sure we can get somebody to join you up there. I'm sure there's going to be some other goddesses there that know how to, do belly dancing or whatever. But yeah, I mean, man, I'm up for anything. I feel like that we're going to see some amazing things, and that's really, when I go back, I don't really go back and look at Soulogy videos and stuff unless I'm doing production. Uh, but what I find is whether it's the talk show or the music, I find that the most powerful moments aren't choreographed. They're not. They're spontaneous and they're just natural and they're formidable. And I listen to, on the music side, like 6 or 8 things I've been involved um, with Ty and other people. And I don't listen to them because I'm like, oh wow, you did pretty good on that. No, I don't. I listen to them because I remember the moment, and that's what really, I guess, Soulogy Fest is about to me. And Soulogy really is not saying, oh, we're always in this moment, so just come bathe in the water with us and we'll all fly up in the air like Jesus. No, it's more like, hey, here's a pool of experience and consciousness, love and wisdom, peace, whatever, bliss, joy, potential, possibilities. And, it's been swam in a little bit. There's a lot of aspects here. And this is where we're at. And let's play and see what happens. So I'm sure we'll be seeing you go jing, 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 jing. Da, 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 da. I swear. Okay, if you belly dance, I will get out there in a speedo and I will do some kind of like jungle dance.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this has been recorded, Todd. Like I
Hey,
haven't belly danced
listen,
since
I'm,
I was.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to draw attention to anything. I'm just saying I'm not. I don't like the word challenging. I'm encouraging people to get out there, whether it's at Soldier Fest or the network or anywhere else. Get out there and shine. Just shine. You know why? Because a lot of us have been restricted, constricted. Some of us have been, you know, in different situations. Many people here have been in psych wards or been incarcerated, and really incarcerated to one degree or another in a system and this and that. Think about that. I think about that all the time. That's why I jump into the to with both feet a lot. Is because um, I I go, okay, if I die today, I did all that. You know what I mean? Like I know that was fun, and then whatever. I'm done with it. I don't do it anymore for a reason. I don't go work in the corporate world for a reason. But what about this? What about singing with Ty? Oh my God, first time I'm like, oh my God, no, I can't do that. Whatever it is, something, and everyone I talk to, they say the same thing. This Sarah Cruz here, I hope she sings at the festival. We met her in Sedona, and we were just hanging out, just having a moment. The three of us, and she was playing Erica Badu, and she started singing it. I'm like, man, that's gold. But everyone is a genius. Everyone is an artist, and there's something amazing about witnessing it. It's so powerful. It really is. And I don't think you have to be on The Voice to do it. I think it's even better, far better, if you're at Soulogy Fest or at Soulogy Network or a place like that. I love you.
Agree.
I
I
love you.
love
Tell
you.
your husband up front, thank you very much for sending your queen down to Houston, and I hope to
My
meet him one
husband?
day.
What did you just say?
Your partner. Oh, you have a
I
partner.
don't have a partner.
The
It's
hell! I
just
thought
me,
you had a
myself,
partner.
and
What am I? What is going on? I know you have a partner. Who
I.
am I?
Okay.
Oh, I'm confusing you with. I know the energy. Okay, I know exactly who I'm confusing you with because you both have this sparkle. You both have this. I mean, I'm an optimist. I'm a very positive person, but you and Sharmony,
I was just gonna say, you're gonna
you,
say Sharpie.
yeah, you two. I've never. Your vivaciousness is nonstop. It's nonstop. It's like you're twins or something. You know, she's got a little bit of a potty mouth, and that's okay. She's the like Sabrina, and you're Samantha from Bewitched. She dresses in mini skirts, and you dress in a robe. No, but the energy of that y'all have, it's really powerful. Like you don't see that a lot, and I also can see your both of you how you're connected up there and how you apply it, and because of that, that's why you're able to sustain this vivaciousness. So thank you for sharing it and figuring out who I was talking about.
Hey, I take that as a total compliment. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Todd. And just one more thing I wanted to add
Mm.
as we end is there's something about when people are, just seen and heard and witnessed, we know how incredibly important it is. And I think when that happens, it just opens up even more things. And I think as each person comes up, it's going to inspire so many other people. So someone who might have been like, oh, I am definitely not going to be belly dancing, they might be jumping up on stage and saying, you know what? I am going to belly dance. I feel like it now. So we don't even know what's going to be inspired, what's going to be co created. So it's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, and you never know too. It could be a story too. Um,
Mhm.
we had a guy in Sedona. We're going to get out of here, but we had a guy in Sedona that popped up at the end, and I called him the Leprechaun. And he was a drummer. He was an African drummer, little leprechaun-looking guy. I think he was from Ireland. He should have been, if he wasn't. And he starts telling a story. He came to play the drums, right? He just happened to be there with a friend of mine, and he's like, oh, because his friend's like, why don't you talk about the elementals? So he starts talking about the elementals and his lifelong relationship with them, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Another guy talked about the dolphins. This is at a gathering in Sedona. Hey, we're here. You want to come? Come. It's free. And both these people we'd never run into before, which also happens at the Soulogy Fest as well. But and then I think of this one time we pulled into Florida, and I did a thing with Jeremy. Sorry, Jeremy, I can't remember your last name, but you're a beautiful guy. Um, and so we just kind of did this thing, and I said, "Hey, we're here," and people came, right? So a lot of the people I didn't know, and this lady, I was like, "Hey, does anybody want to come up here?" And this lady comes up, about 32 years old. I was a hooker for 12 years. I was a crackhead. Da 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 da, and just boom, like wow. And then what happened was another lady got up, and it just turned into this powerful download session, of
Yeah.
I Am Soul. So,
Yes.
all right, young lady, I will see you. I'm so happy you're coming. This has made my day. It's made me feel like there's some level of station and all the positive trauma, traumatic trajectories I went through last night. But yeah, thank you so much. I love you and I appreciate you.
Thank you so much, Todd. I'm so excited. I love you too. And I can't wait to actually see you in person and give you a big old hug.
All right. I can't wait to see you and Hung together one day. You Hung and Charmony. Oh my God. That'd be like the three amigas, tres amigas,
Oh my gosh.
tres
You
amigas.
gotta you gotta go read the comments. Hung definitely had something to share about you getting an Speedo. So you can take a look at that later.
Oh, shit. I don't know why they're not coming. Okay. All right. Let me go see that. I'll do that while I'm away. I'll see you later.
Take care, Todd. I love you so much.
Love you too. Bye bye. Let's see what she said. What the hell did she say? Hung. Let me find it. Where is it? All right. Hung. Oh dear Lord. She says, "Oh dear Lord, no speedos. Your balls can't handle any more exposure." Gotta love Hung. Love everybody, man. We're all doing all right. We're all doing okay. We're all doing more than okay. It's always okay. I think there's a lot to be said for sharing in whatever state that we're in, and I'm not saying that for myself. I'm saying that for everybody. A lot of times we don't want to show up. We second guess ourselves, third guess ourselves, talk ourselves out of things. Um, you know, things aren't always in perfect order. Um, that's the wonderful thing about potential and unlimitedness. Um, is we're always that perfect imperfection. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. The other thing that's been coming into my field, the fourth thing, I think there's five, but the fourth thing is we came here to feel. And I know a lot of the things that I say and other people might say, you hear them over and over, but I believe that we're getting to a point now where we can project enough frequencies, 360 degrees, boom, put it out there, uh, basically founded on intention, love, wisdom, so on, that we can get things can be consciously ingrained or embodied or shared at a higher and higher level. But the physicality, to actually experience the physicality to the nth degree, uh, to me, I've been thinking about this the last couple of days too, is the five elements, the five senses of the human being, and then all of our multidimensional senses as well, or as many as possible. And I feel that the energetic field or the universal field, the new earth grid, whatever you want to call it, is comprised of this. It's like comprised of the best of all of us, you could say, the best of our coding, the best of our experience. And then we're still in kind of a dual state where we're walking around on it, and we still have residual and leftovers, threads that are hanging on that occasionally start to spark up a little bit, but they're going to spark out. And they're going to spark out the more that we continue to walk together and enjoy each other and have some fellowship and be present with each other and encourage each other to do things that we've never done before. I got a keyboard sitting over here. I've been told since I was a little kid I was supposed to play, but I never have played. And yeah, I'm going to do that. I may not ever do it for anybody, but I'm going to try that. And I believe we should all be uh, looking at those things that we might have hidden for so long that we forgot about that we really wanted to try. And no matter how old we are, uh, go for it. So maybe we'll come back on later today. I know Ty and I are going to be on. I'm all mixed up because of the daylight saving times thing, but I believe that we're shifting this, which is normally 8 o'clock Eastern. I believe is now going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Boom, boom. This and following events. Okay, boom. All right, so that's in what? That's going to be in six. That's in an hour and 10 minutes. All right, so I'll see y'all back in an hour and 10 minutes. Anybody wants to come on and make some music with us tonight? Be sure to come and show up in YouTube or Facebook and let us know in the comments, and we'll bring you up and we'll make a little music. Hello, Cindy Fink, Kenny Cusick, That Way, Nigel Woodley in Australia, Jill Woodworth, Mina Olson, Victoria Rolfe, Christina, Nancy. Is that Nancy Hodges? I can't tell. The picture is too small. Irina, and everybody else. Thank you for coming in and sharing space with me and honoring me with your presence. I am soul, you are soul, and soul